Hi!
Hi!
Welcome to Storybox Adventures. It's just Kateri with me today because Annabelle's sleeping. Declan might join us in a little bit.
Never mind, I'm joining.
Oh, hey, glad you're here. First item, close your eyes, kids. Keep them closed. Keep them closed. What do you think it is?
Peanut butter.
What do you think it is?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. You know who likes peanut butter?
Lasker.
Laska! You want some peanut butter? Hey, you want some peanut butter? Oh, you like that? Turn around. What else is in the box here?
A blanket.
It's a blanket. Whose blanket is this?
Garrett.
It even has his name on it right there. I'm sad that Garrett is still in the hospital and can't be with us. Do you like your blanket soft like this?
Yeah.
This one's really soft and velvety. Some people prefer blankets that aren't this velvety, but I love it soft like this. Okay, so we got a blanket. Next item. What else is in the box here? Huh.
A dryer ball. A dryer.
I was wondering if you knew what that was. It's a dryer ball. What does it look like?
A snowball.
A snowball. But it's actually a dryer ball. Can you catch? Do you know what dryer balls are used for?
Putting in the dryer.
Putting in the dryer. Oh, Laska wants the dryer ball. You think he can catch it?
Yeah.
Sit. Let's see if he can. A dryer ball. Yeah, this is made from wool, and you can put it in the dryer.
Sit.
You can put it in the dryer, and it bounces around, and it actually gets rid of some static from the clothing. But I put it in this box because it looks like a snowball. What happened in Minnesota this week?
Snowstorm.
A snowstorm.
And blizzard.
And a blizzard. We got so much snow. I almost could have used a real snowball, but I'm not. I'm using a dryer ball. Okay, Laska. Oh, good catch. Okay, last item. Here we go.
Can you feel it?
Yeah, feel it.
Mitten.
A mitten. Look at this mitten. Does that fit you?
No. Try to stuff. Let me see.
See if it fits Declan. Whose mitten is this?
Garrett's.
It actually is Garrett's mitten. It matches what Declan is wearing today, though. Laska's licking the rest of the peanut butter off of me. Do you ever put mittens on your dogs? Laska, do you want to wear a mitten? Do you want to wear a mitten?
Keep watching to see how we use these items in projects, or if you can recognize them in the stories we read.
So what does this dryer ball remind you of?
A snowball.
Uh-huh. And when it snows like crazy, like it just did, who do we need help from to clear the roads?
A snowplow.
A snowplow, yes. And a man or woman driving the snowplow, do they usually drive it if it snows overnight? Do they wait till the morning to drive?
No.
They don't. They have to drive in the night. And we're gonna read a book about that. It's called Good Morning Snowplow. Good Morning Snowplow by Deborah Bruce.
Good night, homes, and good night, cars. Clouds move in to hide the stars. Good night, farms, and good night, town. Tiny flakes start twirling down. They're looking out into the sky, looking at that snow. I see deer crossing the road. Good night, playground turning white. Good night, snowplow? Not tonight. Start the engine, try the lights, Check both signals, left, then right. Fill the hopper, test the brakes. Driver's ready, wide awake. Chains are down, time to go. Roads will soon be blocked with snow. Drop the plow, extend the wing. Giant drifts won't melt till spring. Strobe on top sweeps round and round. Frosted branches touch the ground. That snow has already calmed down really deep, blocking those roads. Waves of white curl off the blade. In its wake, a trail is laid. How's the road? A little slick? Salt and sand mix does the trick. So once they plow away the snow, then they drop in some salt and sand to keep it from getting too slippery. Lonely plowing all night long. Tune the dial and sing a song. Windshield wipers keeping time. Washers squirt to clear the grime. Car approaches much too fast. Slipping, sliding, zips on past. Digging out will be tough going. Call the dispatch. Car needs towing. Oh dear. That car slid into the ditch. Oh my. Wind picks up and whirls the snow. It's a whiteout. Take it slow. Watch the flags and feel the road. Push on with your heavy load. Snow keeps falling fast and deep. Miles to plow before you sleep. Pay attention. What's ahead? Take no chances. Stop instead. Step outside and look around. All is hushed, not a sound. Clean the lights in front and back. Hear what's coming down the track. Front light leading, barely glowing. Engine chugging, but not slowing. Cloud of white grows as it nears. Train blows by and disappears. Thank goodness they stopped to see what was coming. You see his dog? His dog is working with him. He's keeping an eye out for everything. Scrape and salt and sand all night. Soon the sky is streaked with light. Wake up, farms. Wake up, town. No more snowflakes swirling down. School is canceled. Playground covered. Bright new day to be discovered. Roads no longer buried deep. Good morning, Snowplow. Time to sleep. That man is sleeping soundly. Look out the window there.
It's daytime.
It's daytime and he's still sleeping. How is he so cozy in that bed?
Because he has the blanket.
There's a blanket and a pillow, and his doggy is sleeping with him. Where does our doggy sleep?
With you.
With us, yeah. He sleeps.
Or wherever he wants us.
Yeah.
He can sleep wherever he wants.
Now,
something I'm noticing about this bed is
It has a bunch of snowflakes.
yeah, his comforter has snowflakes on it. I always think a bed is a lot cozier when it's made. Do you make your bed in the morning? You don't do that as often, do you?
I do.
You do a great job of making your bed.
The last time her bed was made, how was it?
Oh, perfect.
That's what I did. The last time I made
You made her bed the last time?
No, not the last time. Yeah.
Well, Kateri, I'm wondering will you make your bed for us on the show? Can you show people what a good job you do? Mm-hmm. Great. I love that. We're going to talk about beds, and we're going to talk about your bed. We might talk about Garrett's bed, and then we'll go see Garrett in this show. Okay.
Usually when I wake up in the morning, my bed's not made. So come on and we'll make it together. Let's go make my bed. After I take off my pillows, I straighten out my sheets. I go to both sides and the foot of my bed to make sure the sheets have no lumps in them. I pull my blanket straight. When it's nice and smooth, I add my pillows. Ta-da! I am finished.
I am so proud of how you make your bed.
Thank you.
You've kind of always done it like that, haven't you?
Yes.
Now, Garrett's at the hospital again. Can you tell people what does Garrett sleep on? Does he sleep in a bed like you?
Not really. He sleeps on a high bed. My dad actually made it. It's made out of a dresser and he took drawers out of it. And then his ventilator squeezes in a little space down there.
When it's high like that, it helps his caregiver be able to tend to him. But when he's in the hospital, what is his bed like?
Well, it's kind of like this, but if you've been to a hospital, you know what a hospital bed looks like.
There's something that you and Declan like to do. Has to do with buttons on the hospital bed. Do you remember what the buttons do?
They can raise and lower your bed and make you go zzz, or zzz. It's kind of fun.
I'm gonna go visit Garrett and read him our next story since he's not home with us reading the stories. And I'm gonna bring in one of the items. I'm gonna bring in a mitten. What book do you think the mitten is about?
Oh, maybe about that little boy who has mittens.
Yes!
That are woolly white.
Exactly. Thanks for showing us how to make your bed, sweetie. So Kateri talked through how those buttons work on Garrett's cool hospital bed. Let's see if he'll wake up and we can show you how it's kind of like he's going on a ride when he goes up and down. Garrett! Oh, Garrett! Hi, buddy! Hi, buddy! We do this. And then we go down.
Oh, where'd you go?
Let's come back up. Wee! Did you like doing that in your bed? You have a fun bed. I'm glad you can be cozy here in the hospital. Even though you're not at home, there's still a nice cozy bed for you to snuggle into here. We're going to read a story about animals getting cozy. But Garrett, they didn't get cozy in a bed. This story has beautiful pictures, and it's about a snowy day where some animals snuggle together. Not in a bed. Can you see the picture? What do they snuggle into? Well, the name of the book is The Mitten. The Mitten by Jan Brett. Once there was a boy named Nicky. He wanted mittens as white as snow. If you drop a white mitten in the snow, it will be hard to find, his grandmother told him. But Nicky wanted snow-white mittens so much that Baba made them for him. When she finished knitting, Nicky put on the mittens and went out to play. It wasn't long before one mitten fell off. A little mole found it and crawled inside. It was just the right size, so he decided to stay. A rabbit came hopping by. He wiggled in next to the mole. A hedgehog wanted to get warm. The mole and the rabbit made room for him. The owl didn't want to be left out, so the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog had to move over. The little mitten was getting crowded. A badger looked out of his house and saw the mitten. He climbed right in. It started to snow, so a fox pushed his way in and made himself right at home. Then a big bear sniffed at the mitten. The animals were packed in tight, but the bear didn't care. He crawled in anyway. The mitten was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Then a tiny mouse squeezed in and perched herself on the big bear's nose. The mouse's whiskers tickled the bear's nose. Achoo! The bear sneezed. All the animals flew out of the mitten. Nicky saw his mitten sail up into the air. From the window, Baba watched Nicky catch his mitten. "See, Baba," he called to her, "I have both my mittens." And Baba smiled. I wonder what she's thinking.
She is wondering, why is this mitten so big? And the other one is so little. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. A bunch of crazy animals crawled inside it. That's not real. Do animals need mittens to keep them warm on snowy days? No. Do animals wear snow caps? Do they need snow caps to keep them warm? No. Animals don't need our winter clothing. There is something we can do to help animals, though, when it gets snowy. You remember the peanut butter that was in our box? We're going to use that now and make something that will help animals. It is something we can do to help the birdies especially.
The birds in Minnesota weren't expecting a snowstorm in April. They've returned home expecting spring weather, and instead the snow is covering their food. We're going to make them bird feeders so that they can have access to food. Even if you don't have snow where you live, you can make this treat for the birdies in your neighborhood. The items you need for this simple bird feeder are peanut butter, a paper towel or toilet paper tube, scissors, string, and bird seed. We had all of these items in our home already, with the exception of the bird seed, which was easy to buy at the store. With scissors, we cut the paper towel tube in half so both Kateri and Declan could have their own feeder. The next step is poking a little hole through the tube. It'd be great to use a paper punch for this, but we couldn't find ours, so we used a screwdriver to carefully poke through. We had to watch out for our fingers. You'll need to create 2 sets of holes, one near the top for a string to hang the feeder, the other near the bottom where you can insert a little stick for the birdie to perch on. The next step is spreading the peanut butter over your tube. Finally, you can roll your peanut butter tube into the bird seed. And voila! You've made a lovely feeder. Go outside and hang it in a tree. Give those sweet birdies a snack. Now that we've made sure the birdies in our neighborhood will be fed, let's go to the hospital and sing Sweet Garrett a song about birdies.
When the red, red robin comes bobbing
along,
along, there'll be no more sobbing when he starts throbbing his own sweet song. Wake up, you sleepyhead, get up, get out of bed, cheer up, the sun is red, live, love,
laugh and be Garrett.
I'm just a kid again, doing what I did again, singing a song. When the red, red robin comes bobbing along.
That's the end of our show for this week. Do you remember seeing the items in the story or the way we used them in our project? Thanks for being here. See you next week.